We have a buddy boat today.
They heard a funny kind of noise in their engine.
We're like literally cruising next to like a sheer cliff.
The current has been ripping. This lock is surprisingly really cool. The city harbor here in Guntersville has really blown my expectations out of the water.
Hi, we're Jen, Elliot, and Ollie. In 2019, we left the United States and backpacked through 11 countries, all before deciding to come back home and try something completely new, pivoting into boat life. Our current adventure is America's Great Loop, a 6,000-mile journey through small towns, big cities, and the wilderness from the eastern portion of the United States, through the Great Lakes and Canada, and down the Midwest rivers, all aboard our home on the water, Pivot. Make sure you subscribe as we share our journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between.
Good morning, folks. We are leaving Decatur, Alabama today on the third cruise of our Chattanooga Side Trip. Hope you guys have enjoyed the cruise so far. It's been really beautiful. Today we are heading to Guntersville. We have a railroad bridge that needs to be opened and a lock and a lot of winds. So not quite sure if we're gonna make it to Guntersville. We might tuck off at an anchorage and wait out the winds. Who knows? See how it goes. It was a great night's sleep last night here on the Decatur Park and Recreation docks. Nothing to note. It was quiet, peaceful, fantastic. This morning all of the bass boats have left. They started lining up probably about an hour before sunrise, just one after the other, after the other, after the other. I think right when sunrise hit, I saw about 6 boats leaving at the same time, which is kind of crazy. We have a buddy boat today, Rival, who we last met in Oswego, and they were here last night with us in Decatur. They're gonna be traveling with us today, which is really nice because we have to time a bridge and a lock, and the more boats the better, really.
I better go first, 'cause a second without you in this life would be the worst. But until then, I'll go where you go. I will follow your lead to the end of the earth. But when we are old, I better go first. Better go, I better go first. I better go first. I better go, I better go first.
The boat that we were cruising with, Rival, they heard a funny kind of noise in their engine. So they slowed down and just pulled off to the side, just to slow down, figure out the problem, address the issue and whatnot. And the thing that Chuck thought that might be it is that they don't really cruise at 6 knots very often, aka our cruising speed. So they thought it might have just been that, which I find hilarious because so many boats just can't cruise at our cruising speed. You know, they can always slow pass and throttle in and out of gear, pass us slowly, but just every boat has a different cruising speed, and yeah. So we are going to be meeting up with Rival when we get to the lock up ahead. It is for a little bit more time, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm glad it was nothing more.
No matter where we end up, it's always gonna feel like home. We wrap the world around us just to see it all up close. Me and you, we can spend the whole night, me and you. Just us two, we can share our whole lives.
Wow. We're like literally cruising next to like a sheer cliff. That is incredible.
Carry me away in the current of the river to a quiet little place where I can hold you like a whisper and we can let down our guard.
We have arrived at the third lock on our Chattanooga offshoot, which is the Guntersville Lock Dam. And I want to say this is the second to last lock. The current has been ripping the opposite way, so we've been going very slow.
more than a knot against us. We're going about 5.3 knots right now, so that's been very slow moving, but that's okay. Slow and steady, we'll get there. It's not a race. And we got our friend's rifle here with us. I guess engine problems worked out. So far, at least. Knock on wood. Joining LaCroix is a successful lockage.
Yeah. Yeah.
This lock wall is like the Erie Canal walls. It's kind of grimy. Stuff going on. No way.
Yeah.
Just listen to the sound of the water coming up. It's kind of crazy. It's like so quiet in this lock, so you can really hear the water. It's super smooth.
This lock is surprisingly like really cool.
Yeah. It's very tranquil and like peaceful. It's very quiet.
Is it Dolly? Now we have Guntersville Lake, and this is probably going to be the roughest part of the day so far. Pretty wide open, a lot of fetch, good windage, high blows. We shall see. The clouds look very ominous right now. There's a 40% chance of rain in an hour. So I'm crossing my fingers we get to dock before then. That bridge is the Houston Bridge, and right on the other side of it, off to starboard, is the Guntersville Harbor. So we are very close. It's really interesting. There's like some docks just like chilling. I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know if they're floating or supposed to be breakwater. Strange. We officially made it. And we have Chuck from Rival catching our lines, alright. That was a fantastic into the cruise and docking. Part of our routine, like looping and working, is really just trying to make the most of the moments that we have. And so right now, coming into the city harbor, Jen is taking Ollie out for a nice walk. She's also chatting on the phone with a friend that we try to keep up with, and I'm trying to get a little bit of work done on the computer. We have a friend, one of my really good friends from college, lives in Guntersville, and so we're gonna be hanging out with him, and we haven't seen him since before COVID, so it's been a while. Since then, he's had 2 kids, so it's gonna be fun to see his family and just catch up a little bit. The city harbor here in Guntersville has really blown my expectations out of the water. They're having live music tonight. There's a cafe, a place to get some food, a cigar lounge,
a lot of places to drink. It just seems like a fun place to hang out. Didn't know that any of this was here before getting here. It's one of the fun things about the loop, and we're happy we're doing the offshoot. Considering Steven, my buddy's gonna be arriving soon, we're gonna stop the vlog here. I think tomorrow we're thinking about staying in Guntersville, so if we do, we'll show a little bit more around here. If not, we'll be back.
They heard a funny kind of noise in their engine, so they slowed down and just pulled off to the side to kind of like
Wow,
we don't want it to get caught.
look at this.
What is that?
I don't know. That is the bridge. That is the Guntersville. What is it? What is it?